This show explores graphic and disturbing stories and includes strong language. It may not be suitable for young audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome to Coffin Chronicles,
where we unearth stories about true crime, mysteries, and paranormal events that happen right here in the Philippines.
This is Sha.
And this is Nix. So let's get right into the story.
The story that I'm going to tell you today is a bit controversial because there are big names in it. So I kind of want to start by saying like a disclaimer that there are two sides to every story. Unfortunately, one is of course not here to defend herself. So we really don't know what happened as far as the case goes. Yeah, is that a good enough disclaimer? I don't know. Shit, I got the help. Anyway, today's story is about Delia Smith. She is better known as Pepsi Paloma. So she was born on March 11, 1966. She's the eldest daughter of Delia Dueña, a native of Barak, Northern Samar, and Kenneth Smith, who is a U.S. Letter carrier. He allegedly, just added note, he allegedly left or abandoned his family of 4 kids and the mom when they were still young. It was said that Delia, she lived in Olongapo with her mom and her siblings in Kakubo, mga bukid area, ganon. And then when she was about 13, 14, naisipan nila magnanay na kasi maganda nga siya and she's the eldest so far na maging artista siya. So they started going out and they approached a talent scout, and then of course this talent scout like saw her potential and everything. It was around like when she was 14 years old where Ray, this talent scout, he created this group of starlets. They were called Softdrinks Beauties. Yeah, and so from then on like changed name. Yeah. She was then called Pepsi Paloma with her co-stars Sarsi Emmanuelle and Coca Nicolas. So it was Ray that got her first movie gig called Brown Emanuelle. I couldn't find like what that was really, but like allegedly the movie and all her other movies were on the more provocative side.
How old was she again?
15. Yeah. So, you know, during that time, I know, like I was like, what the hell, provocative 15? Okay. Yeah, but then I realized that during that time, the labor laws for minors and minors like in acting gigs weren't that strict. It wasn't like well developed yet to protect them. So while she was promoting like one of her movies, of course, yung mga nakakasalimuha siya mga celebrities and everything. So one day she met 2 popular comedians and they were hosts of the show Eat Bulaga. So that being Vic Soto, he was 27 at that time, Joey De Leon, who was 35, and Richie D. Horsey, who was 24 at that time. So according to Paloma's account, they allegedly took her to a bar, even though she was underage, and then they were drugged up and brought to a hotel room in QC, and that was where she was allegedly raped. So those were Pepsi Paloma's allegations. And of course, because, you know, even then, palang di ba malaking name na sila, Bulaga, these 3 hosts, like parang feeling ko forever na silang host doon and kilala for that show. So yeah, so of course, it was like a highly publicized story. Because of all of this, Pepsi, she did her due diligence and she sought after help from a few people. So one of them is the Defense Secretary at that time, Juan Ponce Enrile. Sorry, I'm not updated with their titles anymore, but that's what they were, I think, at this time. But basically, Juan Ponce Enrile, who then referred her to like senior law office partner, Attorney Rene Cayetano. So he, of course, is the dad of Senators Pia and Alan Peter Cayetano. And then he offered to, you know, provide his services to Pepsi. During that time, may mga laws that were in place pa. Like, for example, the death penalty. Like, if they were convicted of raping her, they could have gotten the death sentence.
Oh.
Right.
Ganun kalala.
Yeah. Allegedly, I stress, allegedly, not sure if this happened or not, but sabi na Senator Tito Soto, he went to see Pepsi while she was just starting to, converse with Attorney Rene Cayetano, like trying to see what could be done for her case. And allegedly, according to Pepsi's account, she was coerced and forced into signing an affidavit to drop the rape comment against his brother, of course, Vic Soto, and his two co-hosts. So, again, allegedly, because it's only based on her account, well, there are two stories that I saw dito. So one is she allegedly signed the document only because one, she was coerced, and second, she was forced into it because nilabasan daw siya ng baril ni Tito Soto. So she was threatened. Her life was threatened. And then she signed it without an attorney present. So,
You're supposed to sign it with an attorney present, right?
yun daw. Attorney, help fact check this, please.
Mm-mm.
Pero yun daw yung dapat na nangyari dun sa time na yun. So, if that was the case, the document would have been rendered invalid. But, like, the second assumption, I would say, that was going around was that since she was a minor, her mom was the one that signed the document on her behalf. With or without a lawyer, don't know. But those were, like, the two.
Is that even possible? Yung mom mo yung magsasign off
Well,
for
yeah.
you
Kasi
because
yun
you're
nga
a
eh.
minor.
Kasi feeling ko yun nga, kasi minor siya. She had to have a legal guardian. I'm trying to think what other document needed to be signed by your parents. But I'm pretty sure, like, as long as you're not of age yet, like, sila yung sole like, person that's responsible for you, your safety, anything that has to do with official government work. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
During that time also, it was said that the three hosts denied ever doing anything as, like, what Pepsi claimed them to be doing. But it's kind of weird because eventually they issued like a live public apology. Again, don't know how accurate the details are, but that they allegedly apologized on live TV for the things that they allegedly did not do.
Parang may nakita nga rin ako before it's just a screenshot, it's not a recording of it, so it could have been from something else.
So, like, I found an excerpt. So I'll tell you why I can't fact check this. Well, one being that it's old. There's another reason later on that I'll tell you about. So there was an excerpt that is from the People's Journal. It was published on October 13th, 1982. So this was another public apology from the three of them.
Another meaning aside from the kneeling live apology?
Yes. I feel like it's a lot for something that you allegedly did not do. But okay. They did apologize though. So what they said was, this is the quote from the article: "We hope that you will not allow the error we committed against you to stand as a stumbling block to that future which we all look forward to. We therefore ask you to find it in your heart to pardon us for the wrong in which we have done against you."
That apology is so
confusing, and also I feel so disingenuous if indeed that they did it.
It's confusing to me kasi they kept saying that they didn't do anything, but now they're saying, well, according to that article, they're saying
they're sorry for the things that we've done, right? For the disservice that they've done. Like, really, what disservice if you really didn't do anything? Like, kasi na halo yung name nyo in a scandal? Is that it? But then, celebrities always get pulled into scandals. So, because of the affidavit that Paloma allegedly signed, she didn't pursue her case anymore. And they never went to court. And then, even like a year after the scandal, she still went on to make movies. So one was a movie called Victim. Again, not sure if this is true or not. Couldn't find the synopsis of the film, but it said that The Victim, the movie, is a story about a woman taken advantage of, reflecting the controversies of her personal life. Yeah. So because like that movie was a bit controversial, just like a year after all of these scandals came out, so Pepsi, she received wider attention from that, but also because they were now speculating if the whole incident was true or not.
Yeah, that's the problem. Kasi ngayon, it looks like that she just created those things para maging relevant, para pag-usapan. Kasi
and to promote the movie that she's going to star in.
Yeah, kasi diba, she was a starlet, right?
And yun nga yung argument na publicity is still publicity, good or bad is still publicity, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yun yung like one of the speculations against her. Sadly, on May 31, 1958, Delia, or Pepsi Paloma, decided to end her own life by hanging herself in her apartment in Santa Mesa Heights, Quezon City.
Shit. How old was she?
She was very young. She was around 18 years old.
Pero ang tagal din, no? Like, she was allegedly raped
Yeah,
ng 15
14,
years
15.
old, no? So, parang 3
Yeah.
years din yung binuno yung that she was going through.
Yeah. So according to the police investigation, they think that the rape case was only one factor to the reason why she decided to end her own life. They allegedly
Right.
found her diary, containing or citing issues regarding finances and also her like anxieties over her relationship with her mother, her boyfriend, ganon.
Wait lang. Finances, di ba, she does movies and all, so...
Yun nga eh. So, again, like, I can't really say for sure.
Right. But sa bagay, starlet, so maybe she wasn't really paid well.
Really have no idea what it was like in show business at that time. For someone that was just
Yeah.
like up and coming, nahirapan ba siya kumuha ng gigs
Right.
after the whole scandal. The other entry that they found in her diary was about her mom. Allegedly, from witness accounts or was it like accounts ng friends na nakilala niya in the industry. Such a rocky daw yung relationship niya with her mom. Na kasi parang her mom just wanted to use her, you know, for the money. Kasi nga medyo kumikita na siya ng malaki-laking pera, I assume, because of the show business, the movies, and stuff that she was getting. And to maybe get out of the kubo that they were living in at that time. Any factors that could have contributed to that. But the thing is with Pepsi daw, she was a very bubbly person. And like she was really kind and helpful to her siblings and her mom. Then like she was being taken advantage of. Yeah, like she wanted to help them, you know, like elevate their life. So aside from, you know, being
For sure.
immortalized in her movies, especially the one called Victim, where it sort of tells a similar story to Pepsi Paloma's case, it was said allegedly that she was also immortalized in a song by the Eraserheads called Spolarium. I can't say it. Spolarium. Sana may tama doon. Ano yung mga
Sana may tumama.
Okay.
Mukhang
Yeah.
meron naman.
Spolarium. But the song mentioned Enteng and Joey and like how they tried to erase the history. Allegedly how they tried to erase the history or the case of Pepsi Paloma. Just go listen to the song yourselves and try to find that part. Medyo nasa gitna siya. Yun. That leads to the next topic connected to the story as well, which happens years later. It kind of happened recently, actually. This was in 2018.
Mhm.
So, if you remember, di ba, parang medyo naging connected si Tito Soto dun sa case because he allegedly coerced Pepsi Paloma to sign documents, just, try to stop her from speaking out about the case.
Right.
And of course, because, it's his brother on the line. And he, of course, supported his brother's side and basically just tried to stop her from going to court. In 2018, Tito Soto requested that the Philippine Inquirer remove any published articles that are available online
Okay.
that mention him and his connection to the Pepsi Paloma case because he claimed that this was fake news and it was damaging to his reputation as a senator.
I mean, ang weird kasi that you have to ask na for them to remove it.
Oh, No,
Yep,
I just
go ahead.
remember like one part that I was kind of reading when I found out about this, that it almost caused this, Streisand effect. Alam mo yung Casey Barbra Streisand before, where the photographer took pictures of houses of around the US. Basta marami looking, like thousands and thousands of pictures. And then she went to court suing the guy kasi daw in-expose daw yung house niya. If you look at the picture, there's like no indication that it belongs to her. But now that she called attention to it, now
Yeah.
people know exactly where she lives, what the house looks like, the exact coordinates, kasi nga naka-tag siya sa geolocation. Yeah,
Geotag.
siya.
Yeah.
So now it's like, you just blew it up. I mean, kung hindi ka nagsalita, walang makakaalam. It just looks like any other mansion.
Regular
Yeah, I
house.
couldn't say regular house because it was fucking big.
I mean,
it just looks like
it's a house.
Yeah, it just looks like a plain building. You could never tell that it was a celebrity home or whatever. But now because like she drew attention to it, mas nagiging matunog tuloy. So I feel like it's also the case with Tito Soto na he could have just
Let it be.
slide. I don't know.
Well, maybe because, diba, he's running or he's in Senate. Maybe because he knows na at some
They're
point,
gonna dig up all of
yung
this
mga-
information on him.
yeah, yung mga kalaban niya will use it against him. So parang
Inunahan
siguro
na niya,
preventive
ganon.
measure. But at the same time, bringing it up now, you're right, it opens the conversation
Yeah.
again.
And then now it kind of looks bad kasi like, why are you trying to erase history? And then, yun nga, I feel like it went unresolved na parang may nang rape ba talaga sa kanya. Alam mo, ang daming unanswered questions pa din. And then you're just trying to bury it. So anyway, so he just opened like Pandora's box by trying to get people to take this offline.
Maybe he thought na walang magsasalita sa Inquirer. Yung parang they'll keep it under the table,
Right.
keep it quiet. But then, kumbaga may nag-splok sa kanya na, pinapa-remove ko niya, senator.
Right.
I don't know.
So I found a few statements on the Inquirer. One said that it's under review lang at the moment and what will be unavailable. And then another said that the articles that were published were opinion-based and the writer wasn't part of the, officially part of the Inquirer team and nagsasubmit siya ng articles from time to time and that the whole thing was opinion-based and not factual.
So, hindi na lang ni-remove.
They did remove it. So if you try to look for any of the older articles, the more like original articles, it's not available anymore.
It's
You're
not
just
there.
you're just gonna be taken to the Inquirer.
I don't know how to feel about it kasi supposedly, diba, it's Inquirer, it's news, it's supposed to be there and not just removed just because someone asked for it to be removed.
Right.
And if it was opinion-based, I'm pretty sure that the writer would have written there na it's just my opinion and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right. It just opens a lot more question now.
Yeah, diba?
Dahil dun sa ginawa niya.
Oh. I mean, that's the end of the story. So I was thinking, let's talk about the whole Tito Soto situation a bit more.
I guess PR-wise, do you think what he did was the right route to go? Diba parang, I guess, preventive measure nila for PR.
Naunahan na niya, ganon.
Naunahan, but at the same time, but bumalik eh.
Yeah.
It fired back.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Tapos I saw this, ang hirap kasi ng ganito eh. There was a video interview. I couldn't find a clip, no actual interview niya with, maybe it was Inquirer then, I don't know, but one of the news agencies in the Philippines that was asking Tito Soto about this whole issue, and then transcript lang kasi nakalagay and it sounds so bad kasi to me it came off as what's a good word for it?
Being arrogant?
Kasi, wait, tayo ko hanapin yung Ito, like, for example, sasabihin niya na parang, para ho, sa kaalaman ng lahat, gimmick ho ni Rey de la Cruz. Hindi ho, totoo yung sinasabi. So, alam mo yun, parang, because it's just a transcript, it's hard to identify kung ano ba yung sinistress niya. But, reading it in my head, it's like, why are you asking me all of these bullshit questions?
Right.
He has a right to defend himself, but it just feels shady to me. The whole situation.
Maybe because they just tried to erase everything.
Mm-hmm.
Alam mo yun? Na parang wala na ngayon mapagbasihan yung ibang tao. Kaya it just sounds so sketchy.
Right.
Maybe that's why. Kasi, yun nga, as you said, halos lahat ng previous articles about the incident, wala ka na mahanap. And Pepsi is not here anymore to defend her side.
Right.
Kaya parang anything that comes out of their mouth sounds very dismissive and parang hindi man lang ina-acknowledge yung pinagdaanan ni Pepsi.
Right, yeah. Na parang they're just trying to shove whatever happened to her under the rug. Na parang, alam mo, like, even before, like, all the other stories that we talked about where there was rape involved, it's just like, hindi. Wala lang yan.
It's not true. Yeah.
It's not true. Which is,
it's just sad. I mean, and let's just say na totoo yung sinasabi ni Tito Soto na gimmick lang nung manager niya. Parang naglabas pa din sana siya ng empathy towards Pepsi kasi she's being used by your manager.
Yeah.
Kasi image niya na parang pinagpanggap na kunyari na na-rape. Kasi si Pepsi yung malilabel na liar.
Yeah.
Siya yung
It's her
na
reputation on the line.
Yes, and she's a minor.
And in
parang
that, like,
kahit sabihin
cutthroat
mo na-
industry, feeling na sobrang dali mo ma-influence. Especially like, from a manager, parang sabihin, hindi, ito yung tamang gagawin.
Ito yung magpapasikat sa'yo.
Oo.
Like, this will give you a lot of job offers.
Right, and also,
So,
parang throw her mom into the mix pa. Like, if it's true then, na, like, she was...
Pera lang.
Yeah, oo,
Sort of.
forcing Pepsi to do this para magkapera sila. Ang daming factors, ang daming pressures around her to act the way that she did.
Yeah, I feel like that should have been their way around it. Regardless if it was fake news or if it was true. Alam mo yun? Parang just show like a little more heart.
Right, and like, to sort of add to that, I was thinking, like, when reading the story, parang sana they got the opinion then of the manager. Because, of course, like, he was one of the closest persons to Pepsi. Like, ano ba, it's just another take. Like, her manager, her mom, maybe siblings or something, to hear more of their side of the story. And not just this, kung ano lang naging common knowledge so far by word of mouth na lang yung nangyari. But unfortunately, at least for her manager, he was allegedly murdered daw. I did not look into the story, like if it was in any way connected to Pepsi's case, pero like I just saw one mention.
Wait, parang
Yeah,
di
I
mo
know.
prepared for that.
Ako din actually. Medyo nakalimutan ko, nakita ko. So like, I did not get to look into that, but
Maybe that's another story.
yeah,
Or
that's-
another episode.
maybe like a Pepsi Paloma part 2, ganon. Death of her manager.
Yeah.
Murder of her manager. Let's see. I really wish it's turning to paranormal na. No? I really wish we could talk to her. Like, girl, ito na, ano na.
Pepsi. Girl.
Let us know in the comments below.
Mag-comment ka, Pepsi. Okay, we're not making fun of her, ha? Baka naman.
Rest her soul, but I mean, I really want to know her side. Cool.
Yeah.
Paano nangyari? It's so, of course, like one side na tayo nakikita natin eh. It's hard to make a judgment call on just one side of the story.
So guys, what do you think? Sa tingin nyo ba totoo yung sinasabi na alleged rape kay Pepsi? Or do you think na totoo yung sinasabi ni Tito Soto na si manager ni Pepsi yung gumawa na tong buong incident na to para lang mag-shoot up yung career ni Pepsi?
Yeah. Was it a publicity stunt gone wrong?
Let us know in the comments down below. And if you guys have a story in mind that you want us to share, let us know on our socials on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Coffin Chronicles PH.
And as usual, if you want to hear more stories about true crime, mysteries, paranormal events right here in the Philippines, like, follow, and subscribe to us on Coffin Chronicles on YouTube.
Thanks for joining us.
Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.